And, of course, one of the biggest game of not just the weekend, but probably the season so far, is your mob, Arsenal, travel to Man City. How are you feeling about that?
Fine.
Well, can I just say, what game that's going to be?
Yeah.
I cannot wait for that one. Are you nervous about it?
No, not at all.
Hey, you must be.
No.
You take a draw now, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. How are you feeling ahead of it?
Yeah, I thought, listen, Arsenal in great form, you have to say. Going into that game, it's just one of them, innit?
You know when I say to you, you're going to win the league, going to win the league. I get it. You're a little bit nervous. You're not sure.
If we win that game.
If you win that game, so you've got 10 games left.
Yeah.
If you win that, the gap between you and them is a point. So if you win that, there'll be 9 left. It's a long way to go with 4 points. If you win that Monday morning, I'll say you're going to win it. Will you be confident enough to
but I say this, we've got a great chance of winning it.
You've got a great chance now, Benny.
I know, but I'm not going to say that. Also, remember we spoke earlier about that year Leicester won the league?
Yeah.
They conceded 36 goals.
All right.
Arsenal conceded 36 goals, came second.
Hold on, you've conceded 24 so far.
It's unbelievable. But my point is, when you concede less goals, that's when you win the league.
Okay.
Your boys conceded 35. That was it that year.
Is that all?
That was it that year, 35.
Wow.
And he finished 5th.
Here's a question for you, right? Can No Tan Down work on this for 5:30? What team has conceded the most amount of goals and still won the Premier League? How many? What's your guess on that? It can't be more than 40, can it?
I'm going to say 52.
No.
Yeah, but I'm about to say.
Don't do it now.
I'm not going to.
Don't do it. Because now I haven't got you're concentrating.
Right,
Turn it off. How do you think the game will play out? Who's key for both teams, Benny? Are you see?
I reckon
You're so frustrating to work with.
Saka and Odegaard would probably be important for Arsenal. Declan Rice is probably the one, because the amount of ground that he covers in that central area, although it depends, he might be the 8, he might be the holder, but he's going to be so... There he is on the screen, Declan. He's going to be so important, because his levels have gone to new heights this year. But them, do you know what I mean? It's what happens with them. Obviously, Walker, he looks like he could be injured. Yeah, Stones looks like he'd be injured.
They're massive problems, right?
Yeah, but you know what? For every problem they've got players that can just come in and...
I know, but Walker and Stones, you're talking defenders that are worth so much to them.
Yeah, but they've still got, Kanji can play there, Ruben Diaz.
I know.
Vardiel.
But Carl Walker.
Aki.
I know, but...
He's a good player.
No, he's a good player, but I wouldn't put him in the same bracket as the others you mentioned.
Oh, I don't know. Aki's turned into...
He's a good player.
He's turned into a very, very good player.
Yes, of course. But he's not Stones or Walker level, is he?
Has he got Rico Lewis maybe for...
Yeah.
So
No, I get what you're saying. They've got cover, but it's still a loss.
Of course. Yeah, I get it's a loss, but Arsenal's got to go there with no fear. Confident, try and win it.
You all right?
Yeah.
What happened there?
Honestly, can I do anything in private?
Well, not really. Not when we're on air, 4 till 7.
No, my eyes are just...
I thought you were going to have an attack or something.
No.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about, because we've got, 10 games left, so we are effectively in the home straight. Who's going to win the Premier League?
So on my sheet here...
Oh, right. You've done homework?
Yeah, always. I've got Man City. Always, mate. Man City.
Right.
Because Arsenal win the Champions League. So that's why I put Man City as top.
And you want it that way round?
Yeah, I do. No, I don't want that. But that's what I think will happen.
You do want it that way?
No, I want
Arsenal to win the Champions League?
Yeah, but I want Arsenal to win both.
I know, but you'd rather have it that way round.
Yeah.
You said that before.
Yeah, of course. But so I think City will win it because Arsenal will win the Champions League.
Okay.
Just because there's City in it, they know exactly what it takes at this stage of the season. So I think they'll win it. Do you want me to elaborate a bit more on that?
No, top 4.
I've gone City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Spurs. Now the reason why I think I've put Villa not in there.
By the way, I agree with you.
Right. It's because I think they'll get it with 5th, because I think they'll finish 5th. But also as well, I just think maybe the European campaign as well with Unai and the Conference League, which I think they'll win, I think might just not distract them, but it might be a side story that they might not take their focus off the Premier League, but with injuries, not the biggest squad, that might happen. So I still think they'll get in the Champions League because the 5th might get it, but yeah, I think Spurs, because they've got like a clear run at it, I think they'll get it.
Spurs have got a game in hand on Aston Villa and they're 3 points behind, but a better goal difference by 1.
Yeah. So I just think because they've got a clear run at it, because they're out of all other competitions, Spurs.
Yeah.
I think they'll get it.
Okay. Relegation at the moment, you've got Sheffield United at the very bottom on 14, Burnley above them 17, and then above them is Forest on 21. We don't know what's going to happen with Forest points deduction, if there's any more or less, etc. We don't know about where Everton's done and dusted, but from where we are now and what we know, who's going down?
So I've gone for, as is, Sheffield United, Burnley and Forest.
Right, okay. You think Luton will start, do you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I just think Sheffield United have been poor.
Are you surprised that Burnley have stuck with Company?
I am to a point, right? But do you know what the mad thing is that I still think there'll be twists and turns, because if they win one game, that puts them on 20, Burnley. All of a sudden, if they can nick another win from somewhere,
But
They're out of it.
they've played 29 games and won 4.
I know.
You're asking them to nick a game. They've won 4, Benty.
You never know. I mean, Burnley. Okay, let's look at their fixtures, right? So Burnley's fixtures, they've got Chelsea away, not going to get anything. Wolves at home, you never know, right? Everton away,
Okay, that's massive.
never know.
Was that Goodison, you say?
Goodison.
Yeah.
Then they've got Brighton at home, then the big one. Sheffield United.
Oh, wow.
Sheffield United. Then they've got United, no, not going to go in. Newcastle, no. Spurs, no. And Forest, last game of the season. They could easily nick 2 wins out of that from somewhere.
Yeah, I think you need 3 at least. to
Okay,
start.
but they could easily beat Forest at home. Not easily, but they could beat Forest at
It's
home.
doable, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Could beat Sheffield United away from home. Could beat Wolves at home.
I think that's asking a little bit too much.
I think I read something about Gary New and your coaching staff this morning.
Yes, I'm glad you mentioned it. Another story of utter nonsense. Man
How do you
United,
know that?
Because this is what it says. It says things like Man United apparently may be interested in thinking about speaking to Gary O'Neill about possibly asking him for, if he'd be interested, maybe in a role on the coaching side of Man United. Right. Let me tell you now, like whoever's writing these ridiculous stories, no manager of the Premier League is going to leave his job to be a coach at another club in the Premier League. I don't care if it's Man City, Man United, Liverpool. It's just never going to happen. I'm so bored of reading all these stories. I'm glad you mentioned that.
No worries. All right. Well,
Thanks, Benny.
So Sheffield United, Burnley and Forest.
Yeah, okay. Top goal scorer?
Erling Haaland.
Yes.
I know it's a bit safety. It's a safety blanket.
Do you think
innit?
he's going to beat Shearer's 260?
No.
Why? Because he'll leave?
He'll leave. Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. And that there, when you think about 260, he's so far away from him. It's miles away.
He's in his, 5 years, 6 years?
60, but at hitting at 30s.
Do you think Kane will beat it?
No, because I think it was that Bayern for a while.
You don't think he'll come back?
No, not anytime soon.
Kane's near it, right? He's about 40 away, isn't he?
Yeah. What's he coming back for?
To beat it?
Yeah.
If he stays at Bayern Munich,
Yeah.
wins the... Here's a great question.
If it was the Bundesliga and the Champions League this year,
Yeah.
they're not letting him go.
Okay, but he's more likely to leave because he's done it, right?
He's
Imagine if Levy had written that in his contract. If he wins the Champions League, we have him
got to
back.
come back. Won't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me.
Do you think he could do that?
No, I think it was that Bayern for at least 3 years.
Manager of the season, going on what you've just told me is going to happen this season. So you can't say, well, if this happens,
Rob Edwards.
just for keeping Luton up.
If Luton stay up with a transfer budget of 5 million, come on, Andy, that is ridiculous. No one, and I mean absolutely nobody. Because remember, I don't want to give Pep if they win the league.
No, I agree with you.
Do you know what I mean?
What about if Arteta wins it?
You said
Okay,
15 seconds ago I couldn't do that.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, you are right.
If Luton stay up,
Okay, give me scenarios where Rob Edwards will or won't win the Premier League.
if Arsenal win the
Sorry,
league,
so I'm going mad. Manager of the season.
if Arsenal win the league, Arteta gets it.
Right.
If Liverpool win the league, Klopp gets it.
Well, because this is last season.
Yeah.
Right.
Man City, well, this will be 4 in a row, so he might not. But I think that scenario, he'll get it, Rob Edwards. Honestly, at the start of the season, you asked every pundit out there, will Luton stay up? Nobody gave them a prayer.
You're 100% right.
But some people, I heard some people quote as saying they could beat Derby's record for number of lowest points ever.
Yeah, might be me, might be you, yeah.
No, it wasn't me. I know it wasn't me.
Oh, okay, might be me.
But if they stay up, come on. Couple of loans with Barkley, who's been brilliant, Townsend. Some of their players who've been with them the whole way.
Everything you're saying is right, but Unai Emery getting Villa top 4 would be unbelievable in that scenario, wouldn't it?
But they've also spent a lot of money.
Yeah.
They spent 5 million.
Yeah. Okay. People will never sound that. Player of the season?
Rodri.
Really?
Yeah, he's been a joke, mate. Come on, if you don't play Man City, you don't win, man.
Yeah, that is true.
He's unbelievable,
Okay.
Rodri.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.